Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's JB the Ranch Mechanic coming at you from my cave, I guess. No, not really. It's just the mud room at the back of my house. It's kind of our music room now. Happy New Year. I hope that your 2021 has been going a little better than mine has. I guess we'll just dive right in here. The family and I made a conscious decision to take the risk and go to Salt Lake for Christmas and see the in laws and see some other family members who had gathered at the in laws' place to hang out for the holiday. Some people that we haven't seen in probably at least a year. Um, and we had a great time. We were super careful traveling. Everybody wore masks. Everyone, we had hand sanitizer in the cars. And we only make usually one stop on the way out to Salt Lake. It's about a 3.5 hour drive, but we like to top the tank off about a quarter of the way there, just so we have enough fuel to get there and then run errands and get food and go to the grocery store and run around town a little bit to kind of get settled in before we actually drop everything off. So we were really careful about that. We were careful the whole time we were there. Anytime we went out in public, again, masks, hand sanitizer, hand washing, that was all kind of a big deal. Because the last thing we wanted to do is end 2020 by getting COVID. So, unfortunately, we ended 2020 and began 2021 with COVID. How did that happen? Well, unbeknownst to anybody there, my 2-year-old niece, who I haven't held since she was a little teeny tiny baby, newborn, had COVID. And she was asymptomatic. Her parents didn't know. Everyone wants to, see and hold and hug and play with the littles, which is understandable, myself included. She's a doll. Everything was good. I had a great week. I had a great holiday. And then we got home. We stayed there through Christmas Day and then came back that weekend. And I went back to work on Monday the 28th. And Monday I was good. Tuesday I was good. Tuesday I was scheduled to have another round of my medication, which is an immunosuppressant. So yeah, took my medication Tuesday, and Wednesday rolled around, I was fine. Got to about halfway through the day, and then, 11 o'clock or so in the morning, I was in the shop, I was working, and I got hit with this just random bout of extreme vertigo. I got super dizzy all of a sudden out of nowhere. And I was sitting down when it happened. And what do you do when you get dizzy and you're already sitting down? Just kind of have to put your head down and wait it out, which is exactly what I did. A couple of minutes went by with the room spinning, and then I was okay. I'm like, that was weird. It's like, I wonder if that's some effect of my medication that I've never experienced before, or whatever. So I went back to work, and I was doing my thing, and then about, half hour later or so, right before my lunch break started, I was cleaning up, getting ready to walk home for lunch, and another crazy bout of dizziness hit me, and this time it almost made me fall over. It was pretty extreme. I've never experienced anything like it before. So I walked home, and I texted my boss. I said, look, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if my medication is screwing with me or if there's something else happening, but this is what's going on. I think I'm going to take the rest of the day off. And he's like, nope, that's cool. Do what you need to do. See how you feel tomorrow morning and let me know. So that's exactly what I did. Then the next day rolled around, and I could barely get out of bed. I had no energy to do anything. It was actually quite a strange sensation. It's never happened to me before. I've never been just sapped of all of my energy like that. So I texted him. I said, yeah, something's definitely not right here. He's like, all right, time to isolate. Like, he wasn't even playing around. He's like, just stay home. Take the rest of the week off. Let me know how you feel, and we'll go from there. Check in with me on Sunday and see how you're doing. Well, Friday was New Year's Eve, and Saturday was New Year's Day, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm a day ahead of that. Maybe it was Friday was New Year's Day and Thursday was New Year's Eve. I don't remember. But anyway, I don't remember the New Year at all. Like, going into it, I know my wife was watching the ball drop. I don't remember any of that. That whole weekend was kind of a blur. And I was not the only one that was sick. My wife got sick. My kids all got sick. We live in a small house. There's really no place to isolate. There's no sick room that we can create in a house as tiny as ours. So everyone got it. And they were all sick anyway by the time we got home, because we were all my niece was staying at the same house with us, with our in-laws. So we were all in the same house for, a week straight. So everybody's sick. My in-laws got sick. My sister-in-law and her husband and all of her kids tested positive. And she was 9 months pregnant at the time, so that was a little scary. But she had her baby. Everything's fine. Everyone's healthy there now. But anyway, it's not to belabor the point, but it has been a rough couple of weeks. Being that I'm slightly immunocompromised, it was a little scary. So I kind of threw a Hail Mary out there, and I took the non-FDA approved course of drugs for this. Because luckily I have access to veterinary medicine and doctors who are willing to prescribe hydroxychloroquine, which is kind of a rare thing. So I was taking hydroxychloroquine, I was taking oxytricycline, and I was taking ivermectin. And I kicked the thing. I mean, it was about 5-6 days of really, really nasty, sore throat, cough, high fever, extreme weakness. No nausea, no vomiting. That was not part of the deal. But yeah, it was rough. It's the sickest I've been in years and years. So I was willing to kind of take the risk and take some of those medications because I was scared to death of ending up in the hospital on a ventilator. That's like my worst fear through this whole thing. So I was willing to do anything to try to prevent that from happening. And I don't know if those drugs had any effect on this thing whatsoever, but I'm sitting here, I'm immunocompromised, and I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you today. I didn't go to the hospital, nothing. So I was fine. Not saying that medications had one thing to do with another. I don't know. But all I know is that I'm okay. And I'm counting my blessings for that. Thank you, Lord. The one thing that just absolutely sucks about this whole thing is that I cannot smell or taste anything. Anything. It's awful. And now, granted, I say awful with a very, very big grain of salt because there are thousands upon thousands of people who are far worse off than I am from this thing. Thousands of people have lost their lives. Hundreds of thousands of people have lost their lives. If you have been affected by COVID worse than I have, you have my heartfelt sympathies because it is awful. It really is. So I'm not trying to take that away from anybody. I'm just saying for me personally, on the other side of it, not being able to smell or taste anything is a very strange, kind of weird, and not very good sensation. It is the weirdest thing to put something in your mouth and chew it, expecting it to taste a certain way, and getting no sensory input from your taste buds at all. It's really weird and a little bit disconcerting at first because you're like, this is not right. Because you can feel it in your mouth. The texture is the same. It feels the same. And the only thing that I'm getting from my taste buds right now is whether or not something is salty, sweet, sour, or bitter. That's it. Can't smell anything. Can't taste anything. So it's making eating a little bit of a challenge. But hey, I've probably lost about 10 pounds over the last week. Not the way I like losing weight. Anyway, I've been rambling on long enough. I think this is, 9 minutes so far? Yeah, wow. Okay. Anyway, just want to let you guys know I'm alive. Happy New Year. I hope that your New Year is going far better than mine started out. But just as an aside, how is that for an effed up math problem? I made it all the way through 2020 only to get COVID-19 the first week of 2021. You figure that one out. Anyway, the purpose of this video is not to ramble on about me having COVID, but I did have it and I'm okay. I'm thankful for that, but I do want to introduce you to a new project. Now, this project isn't necessarily new to me. I've had it kicking around here for almost exactly 3 years. It was February 2018 when I bought this thing. But I think now that our new shop is being built, I'm going to make a few moves here toward getting this particular project up and running. So I want to put some boots on. We'll walk outside, and I'll kind of show you around this thing and let you know what the plan is for it. So stand by. Give me a second. We'll go outside.
Hey, I'm busy. What are you doing? What? 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 What's the matter? Wanna go? Barf. Barf, barf, barf. Go inside. Go inside. Go. Well, and of course, had to walk down to the shop and get my scan tool because the wife just told me that the pickup here has a check engine light and she was smelling fuel when she was sitting at a red light at idle. So I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, it's chilly today. But we're gonna check this out real quick. You know, my wife is 6 feet tall and I'm 6'4". It's just amazing the difference between her height and my height, because her height is all in her legs. My height is all in my torso. So every time I get in this truck, I have to adjust the seat, because she has the seat almost as high as it'll go. There we go. All right, let's see what's going on with this thing. What do we have? Really? Fuel pump A, low flow / performance again. What is going on with that? P02635. So I wonder if it's running lean. Let's see if you can see that or not. Fuel pump A, low flow / performance. And I hear this clattering noise under acceleration in this thing, which makes me think that it's running lean, which is not good, because that might be pre-detonation that I'm hearing. But I don't know. We'll have to do some digging on that. Well, that'll be another video. But anyway, enough of this. Let's go over to the other project and have a look-see, and I'll kind of show you around and show you what's going on with that. Well, now that it's getting nice and dark, let me introduce you to the bear. Ta-da! Yeah. Not a very good-looking truck. This is a 1992 Chevy K1500 4-wheel drive with the Silverado package. As you can see, it was at one point the original GM white, which is garbage back then as single-stage paint. This is a half-ton, so it's a 1500. But despite the fact that it has a little surface rust on the roof, everything is in remarkably good condition. It does need a new windshield because the windshield's cracked, but it's not cracked terribly bad. The rest of the glass is in great shape. The bed is in pretty good shape, except for this one dent on the side here that I can probably bash back out with a hammer if I want to. But the real story, you're going to have to excuse my blown apart tarp. I got one of the cheap tarps on Amazon, or car covers on Amazon, and it's kind of garbage. It lasted about, I don't know, a year. Other than surface rust, this thing is a dream come true underneath. No rot. Very little actual rust on anything. I mean, you're going to have surface rust. This is a 92, all right? It's a pretty old truck. But it's super clean underneath. And my favorite part, it is super clean inside. These seats are in remarkably good condition. No tears, no rips. The interior is dirty. It needs to be steam cleaned. It needs to be vacuumed. I've got the radiator in here. I mean, I did some work on this thing before. The basic story with this vehicle is that I bought it 3 years ago for $350. It's complete, but the engine has a spun bearing. It does have a 5.7 liter 350 in it. My plan is to get a 96 or newer L31 Vortec block with the appropriate intake manifold. Retain the TBI system just for simplicity, because this is never going to be a race car. And get a little bit of extra power out of this thing and get it up and running. And yes, I will be painting it. So I've got some fender flares sitting in the back here for it. I got a new grill for it. I have new headlights for it. But I'm pretty happy overall. You know, in that video I did on replacing the door handles on these things, a couple people commented that their door handles are made out of metal. These feel like plastic. So, and I don't think these have ever been replaced. I don't know. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's a great little truck though. I mean, even the dash is in great shape. It has the dash carpet on it, but underneath there's really no cracks or any garbage. Solid old girl. Diamond in the rough, guys. So big plans for her. She's going to get a bed liner paint job for sure. I'm going to get some tintable Raptor liner. I am going to tint it a dark Admiral blue color, like that Corvette deep blue metallic. And it'll be a deep blue Raptor liner. After I get the rest of the body work done and stuff. I'm not going to do a concourse paint job on this thing for sure. This is going to be just a trailer rig / hunting rig / beating around the ranch rig. I don't even know if I'm going to register it and put plates on it, honestly. Because I'm sure the fuel mileage is going to be atrocious. But it will get a nice blue bed liner paint job, and I am going to shoot it through an actual HVLP gun. So I'm going to try to get the finish as smooth as possible. I just want that matte finish with very little texture. And then I'll use the regular chutes gun and put a black bed liner in the actual bed. But yeah, she's going to be a good little truck. So it is an extended cab with a short bed. And I am going to take the 17-inch wheels that were originally on my Tahoe over here, which are up in one of our Connex boxes right now. I'm going to clean those up and paint them satin black, and then put some mud tires on them. This thing will get probably a 3-inch lift level. Get it up off the ground a little bit. Like I said, new grille, new headlights. I'm going to get rid of the chrome. I have some new mirrors coming, the updated style mirrors. Instead of having these, the single post, it's going to be like the Tahoe style mirrors that come straight out and are all one piece with the breakaway folding deal. So those will look a little better. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this thing. Now that our new shop is going up, I might actually have a place to work on this thing. So that's the plan. We're going to drag it out of here at some point soon and get to work on it. But that's the long and the short of it right now. This door is cracked. That's not good. Wonder how long it's been like that. Got some water in here. That's lovely. It makes me mad. But the doors are straight. They close great on both sides. So anyway, it was running when I bought it. I drove it onto the trailer and I drove it off, but that bearing is not good at all. It's in really bad shape. So that motor's toast. I'll pull that out, put the Vortec in it, maybe rebuild the old TBI 350 and sell it to make some money back on it. But as you can see, we were grinding on it a little bit trying to get some of this paint off, but I'm just going to take the sander to it and get it done. So we'll get all that out of there, paint it, new engine, lift, tires, wheels, lights, and that's going to be that. So this is the Bear, and in case you haven't put two and two together, it's called the Bear because I bought it with a spun bearing. I know it's kind of hokey, but that's just kind of the name that stuck. So Project Bear will be underway soon. Anyway, I've been rambling long enough, guys. So that's it for now. Hope you all had a great New Year's, and I hope it was better than mine, but there will be much more to come. So thank you again for watching. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate all of my new subscribers. I know I haven't put out very much in the last couple of months, but again, reasons. So hopefully as the new shop gets finished, we'll be able to do a little bit more. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.